Once Upon a Prince is a 2018 film directed by Alex Wright. This is written by Tracy Andreen and it's based on the novel by Rachel Hauck. And we have a cast including Megan Park and Jonathan Keltz. And it's okay. The only thing that I didn't love is that the character of Nate, it took a little while for me to like him. I didn't like him immediately. And that's unusual for me with this kind of film. It is, of course, about a woman. This is Susanna, who meets a man, Nate, and she doesn't know that he is a prince. And there are many rom-coms like this, and honestly, the princes are often very, very similar in terms of their characters, and that's absolutely the case here. But there was just something about him that I didn't love, and I can't put my finger on it. But it took me, I'd say, about half of the film to start to warm to him. When I did, yeah, he definitely wasn't a bad character, but it took a bit of time getting there. Susanna, however, I quite liked. The film focuses on the fact that initially he stops to help her when she's in difficulty, and then he ends up helping her out a bit more, and they connect. And obviously, as the film progresses, the big question is, will she find out the truth? If she does, how will she find out, and how will she react? And I will say that there are, as I said, many films where usually a female protagonist meets a male protagonist and doesn't know that they're a prince. And what I like about these films is that usually they're very different with regards to how our protagonist finds out the truth and how they react. So even though the narratives are often quite similar, as it progresses, things can be quite different. And I won't say what happens here, but I will say that I was quite satisfied with the way the narrative developed. Everything made sense within the context of the story. The characters' behaviours, I thought, made sense given the situations. So absolutely no problems there. The narrative itself is fine. It's maybe not the most interesting story outside of the prince, but everything else was definitely just kind of background narrative to move the main narrative of the prince forward. But in general, it was okay. It was not too bad. I wouldn't watch it again, but as a one-time watch, I thought Once Upon a Prince was okay. We have some bright lighting, which I always like. We have a mix of outdoor and indoor scenes. Quite a good mix of locations, actually, to keep things fresh and interesting. And in general, apart from the fact it took me a while to like Nate as a character, I'd say it's not bad. Once Upon a Prince is an okay film, and if it sounds like a story that might appeal to you, then absolutely, I'd say it's one that's probably worth watching.